Hello everyone and welcome to Shifting Gears and welcome inside the third generation all new Honda Amaze compact sedan. Now prices for the new Honda Amaze start from rupees 7.99 lakh ex showroom. The Honda Amaze now in its third generation avatar, it is going to be offered to you in a petrol only engine option. But then you will have two gearbox options, a manual as well as a CVT. Today I have with me the top of the line Honda Amaze equipped with ADAS and with the CVT transmission option. This is the most affordable vehicle in the Indian market with ADAS functionality. But what we are going to do first is check out the acceleration. So what I'm going to do is pull over to the shoulder and let us try to understand how quickly does this Honda Amaze accelerate from a standstill up to 100 kilometers per hour. So I am going to pull over now and I am going to come to a complete standstill. What I'm going to do is stay in standard drive mode, and now I will give it full beans. So in 3, 2, 1, full pedal to the metal. It's a little slow off the line. Now you can hear that CVT gearbox showing off its rubber band effect. And we have now crossed 100 kilometers per hour. So when you're going to drive it that way, under hard acceleration, that is the kind of noise that you will hear inside the cabin. I am again going to pull over to the shoulder and we will try it out one more time. This time what I'm going to do is slot it in sports mode. I'm not going to take any control over the paddle shifters, only sport mode. And now I'm going to give it full beans one more time. So in 3, 2, 1, full pedal to the metal. Listen to the engine. It is picking up pace, and now we have crossed 100 kilometers per hour. So that is the kind of noise that you will hear inside the cabin under hard acceleration. This is a CVT, and typical of a CVT, that kind of noise, it is going to enter the cabin. Now very quickly let us speak about the specifications of the Honda Amaze. Powering this compact sedan is a 1.2 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol motor which produces 90 PS of power at 6000 RPM and 110 Newton meters of torque at 4800 RPM. You get a 5-speed manual gearbox option or you get a CVT transmission option. With the manual gearbox trim, you are going to get 18.65 kmpl of mileage claim, and if you buy the CVT transmission, the 2-pedal drive, you will get a superior 19.46 kilometers per liter of mileage claim. Now since we are driving this CVT gearbox option of this Honda Amaze, I have already demonstrated the rubber band effect and the kind of noise that you hear inside the cabin. But you don't really drive that every day, do you? Let us speak in reasonable fashion and let us start from NV Edge. So right now I am driving this car in and around Goa. I am at city speeds, city highway speeds, and I am driving the car at 70 kilometers per hour. I am driving over a concrete patch and the engine noise at this point of time is bare minimum creeping inside the cabin. What I can hear, of course, is the tire noise and the road noise, and if there is a heavy vehicle around you, you will hear that inside the cabin. But is the engine too noisy? Is the engine noise creeping inside the cabin? Absolutely not. I am feathering the throttle and I am gentle on the accelerator pedal, and there is no rubber band effect that I can hear either. If I try to build up pace, if I get a little bit hungrier on the gas and if I want to make an overtaking maneuver, it's not like the revs build too much and the engine just goes on the boil and then you hear that rubber band effect immediately. Of course, you will feel the revs building a bit, but still for overtaking, for casual overtaking, it will not disturb your occupants inside the cabin, inside this Amaze. So in terms of NVH, if you are a sedan driver, I don't think there is going to be any problem. This is reasonably quiet. And even if you are driving a manual, if you are building up the revs, the engine noise at that time, if you are revving it hard, of course you will hear it inside the cabin. But now, if I get a little bit more enthusiastic with my throttle pedal, listen to this. When I am overtaking a slower moving car, listen to the revs build, and the gearbox, it will mimic a gear shift too. So the revs will climb it, they will climb closer to the red line, and then once you ease off the throttle, the revs will drop, because this has a 7-step CVT gearbox, and for those 7 steps you have paddle shifters too. I will demonstrate that in a few minutes from now. But speaking about NVH, that is the kind of noise that you can expect under hard acceleration. So if you are on a ghat, if you are on an incline going up, and then when you want to make an overtaking maneuver, that kind of a noise is going to be quite frequent. Now check this out. If I suddenly build revs, and now if I have achieved the speed that I desire, if I let go of the throttle pedal and if I now feather it, it's at ease, and this is no problem at all. Also, since we are speaking about NVH, when you are moving over bumps and undulations on the road, there is not too much of noise that is heard inside the cabin, so it is not going to disturb you or unsettle you. Or if someone is taking a nap, maybe your kids in the back seat, they will also not be troubled by it. The next point which I want to speak about is the steering wheel of this Amaze. Now with this compact sedan, you are getting ADAS features. So you do get some assistance on the wheel in terms of lane keep assist and lane departure warnings, and multiple of those Honda sensing ADAS features. They will give you some feedback, you will get some audible alerts too, and still the steering wheel is effortless to operate, it is light to operate. So everyone in your family can easily drive the Amaze, and they will not feel like it is a heavy vehicle to maneuver and it is a difficult vehicle to drive because of all the modern kit that you are getting. So in terms of understanding the car from behind the wheel, it is standard affair, nothing extraordinary about it. But it is great that you are getting ADAS features at this price. This is the most affordable car in the Indian market with ADAS, and we always welcome safety features. Coming to the steering wheel, let me pull over to the shoulder and show you that single-handed operations are also not a problem at all. So check this out. I am at a standstill right now. If I want to move the steering wheel, it is not too much of an effort. But I do want to mention that this does feel noticeably heavier compared to the Maruti Suzuki Dzire, especially at a standstill or at crawling speeds. The Dzire has a much lighter feeling steering wheel than this, but that also is a point of concern in that Maruti Suzuki product, because all of those EPS units on Maruti Suzuki cars, they feel just a bit too light and they might make you feel nervous at times. This, although heavier, it is not cumbersome, and once you start going, once you get going, it is no major problem at all. The next point which I want to speak about now is the engine performance. A 1.2 liter motor, a 4-cylinder motor, so not a compromised 3-cylinder like competition. Now, because of that 4-cylinder engine, the inherent benefit is that there is no 3-cylinder vibration, there is no 3-cylinder thrum, so the engine feels more refined at all times and at all speeds. But the performance is really not exceptional. Yes, the engine is superior in a parameter, but the engine performance is not exciting. The Amaze is a family car, it is a family oriented product, so it is not a car which you can drive the fast and furious type. So that is something that you will have to keep in mind, because if you want to make fast progress, this product will feel slow. This time I'm going to demonstrate that to you, making use of the paddle shifters on this product. The paddle shifts, by the way, you can use it in D mode as well as in S mode. But in D mode, what it will do is, as soon as you ease off the throttle, it will take things in its own control. But what I'm going to try now is manual and in sport mode. So right now I'm at a standstill. I'm going to start off. It is in sports manual 1 and I'm gently accelerating. You can hear the revs build, obviously. And as you can notice, it is holding on to the revs and it is not moving to the next step of the CVT gearbox. You have a 7-step CVT available with this product. So check this out. If I am trying to just make my way through traffic, keep listening to the engine. It is still in SM1, and as soon as it reached the rev limiter, I did not use the paddles, it upshifted by itself. But now, till the time it will reach its rev limiter, it will stay in this step of the CVT gearbox. Check this out. If I get off the gas, you can still hear the revs, but if I use the paddle, it will very quickly move to the next step of the CVT and you will hear the revs drop, you will see the revs drop, and the engine noise will be much more pleasant. It won't be as noisy. Let us try that out one more time. So, coming to a standstill, slotting it in SM1, making use of the paddles. And now in 3, 2, 1, pedal to the metal, upshifting, upshifting. Try to listen to the engine. It feels fast. The revs drop almost instantly after you tap the pedal. So it gives you a feeling that you have much better control over the engine and gearbox, and you actually do, because if at all you think that the engine is starting to get a bit too noisy, you can just move to the next step. And there are 7 steps to the CVT, so you have more control definitely over the noise that you hear inside the cabin. And I think that is a reasonable feature to have in a product, so that if you are buying a family car, your family is not troubled and disturbed over your need for speed. Right now I have the Honda Amaze in SM7, so the 7th step of the CVT, and in sport mode and in manual mode. The speed is at 56 km per hour, but it is still at the 7th step. I'm going to let go of the throttle pedal. It is staying the same and it dropped to M6 at close to 50 km per hour, and it is staying in 6th now till the time that it has dropped up to 42 km per hour. So it will make those downshifts too. Now it doesn't really feel like anything much is happening because this is a CVT, so you don't necessarily feel any jerks. If I pull over to the shoulder, check this out. I'm going to stay in standard sport mode, full pedal to the metal now, no jerks. As you can notice, no head nod, because there is no actual gear shift that is happening. This is a CVT, a continuously variable transmission, but it is just that Honda has smartly given you these paddle shifters to play around with the 7th step CVT, so you have better control over the engine and over the gearbox. So overall, if I have to wrap around the engine and gearbox combination and the overall performance, I would say that use the CVT gearbox just as a 2-pedal drive convenience. This is not going to be the right choice for you if you are someone who likes to drive their car fast. This CVT is for convenience. This CVT is for comfort. But still, even if you have bought this, keeping that in mind, and at times if you want to drive fast, you can do that. The next point which I want to speak about is comfort. The Honda Amaze has always been a very reasonable and practical, reliable, dependable compact sedan, right from the first generation to the second generation and now in this third generation avatar. The suspension setup is tuned just right for the Indian conditions. I have been driving this car for a really long time today. I have driven it for close to 165 kilometers so far. I will be driving almost 200 kilometers in this Honda Amaze with this petrol CVT trim, and let me tell you, never did I feel like the ride quality was, not good enough. It did not make me feel uncomfortable ever. We are driving this car in and around Goa and roads are not perfect at all times. Of course, now we are out on the highway, but we did drive it around the small bylanes of Goa and moving over speed breakers too. It manages all of that in a very mature fashion. And if I have to make very fast paced overtaking maneuvers or a fast paced lane change, check this out. The suspension setup is good enough for the job. It doesn't dive around a bit too much. It doesn't feel very wafty. It doesn't feel too soft and wallowy. So it is a good highway product too. Check this out. If I again make a fast lane change and with a sharp steering input, the vehicle does manage and maintain the line that you want it to. It is just that the steering really isn't very feel and feedback rich. It is not really a go-kart like feeling that point and shoot and it feels glued to the tarmac, but it is still a reasonable product. For a family car buyer, this is more than sufficient. This is not a car which you're going to take out on the racetrack, or are you? Out on the highway at speeds over 100 kilometers per hour too, when you're driving this car and if at all you encounter an undulation, very nice management of the balance. So it doesn't toss you around inside the cabin. It doesn't feel very nervous. It doesn't feel like it is now unsafe. So in terms of highway capability too, this Amaze should keep you happy. So long distance journeys shouldn't be a problem. And then of course you have the assistance of ADAS features to keep you and your family safe and also informed behind the wheel. Now my height is 5 feet 8 inches. I am seated at the lowest seat setting inside this Honda Amaze. I have a good view of the bonnet. The wing mirrors are nice and wide and the inside rear view mirror is also of sufficient size. I can understand all four corners of this vehicle very easily, and today, although it is my first time inside this new third generation Honda Amaze, I felt no problems at all as soon as I got inside. I was instantly at home and no problems to drive this car. If you are new to any kind of a sedan, if you are new to driving completely, and if you think you are worried about blind spots, then you have this lane watch camera, which you can activate by the touch of a button on the control stalk, or if you give a turn indicator input to the left, then again this screen gets activated, that camera feed gets activated. Now the camera feed and the quality is subpar. It is not really all that great, but for safety concern, I mean, it is good that you are aware, you are made aware if someone is approaching in your blind spot. But the quality, it could have been much better than what it is right now. And I saw this issue with my Honda City too. So there has been no improvement in that department in terms of that camera resolution. I can assure you that because I have seen this years ago too. Now when we are at crawling speeds, I am following the second generation Amaze right now, and the vehicle is very easy and effortless to drive in bumper to bumper traffic because this is a CVT. Nice, good, subtle way of accelerating. Doesn't feel jerky, doesn't feel snatchy, unlike an AMT gearbox equipped competitor. So that is why this gearbox is superior. That is why Honda takes pride that they are offering you a CVT and not an AMT, because as a gearbox, CVT much higher than an AMT. So this is convenience loaded, and I don't think you will have any problems driving this car inside the city. Check this out. At city crawling speeds, making our way through under construction routes, no problems to manage this Honda Amaze. It is easy to understand. You know what the engine is doing, you know what the gearbox is doing, you can hear what the gearbox is doing, and it is just a simple, dependable product. Speaking about the brakes, you get disc brakes at the front, drums at the rear, no all-four disc brakes with this product, and they slow down the vehicle in predictable fashion. They are not over servoed, they are not too sharp, so if you are new to driving, it will not surprise you, it will not surprise anyone who is following your new Amaze. So the brakes, they are good for the job, they are par for the course, and no complaints in the braking department either. Speaking about tires, you get a 185 contact patch tire on the top trims. They are good for grip, they are good for visuals too. Honda cars previously used to have 175 contact patch tire, I guess, even on top trims, and they felt a bit skinny. At least they looked skinny. Now in terms of efficiency, they were good. In terms of doing the job, they were good enough. But people love more, and now you have received more. So it is what it is. The next point to speak about is mileage. The efficiency number that we have achieved after 170 kilometers now of driving is 13.5 kmpl in and around Goa. Now we did accelerate really hard too. If you are going to drive it in a very sedate manner, the efficiency number in the morning when we started off was close to 15 kmpl and over 15 kmpl when we were out on the highway. So if you are two people on board with some luggage, 15 kmpl should be easy for a long drive. Inside the city, I'm sure that it will deliver over 10 kmpl at least, unless you are really hungry on the gas all the time. So it will depend on your driving style for sure, because the CVT is also going to be sensitive to your throttle input. Now at bumper to bumper crawling speeds, there is no engine idle start stop functionality, so it stays on at all times, and I am happy about it. I do not like those features. I think they are cruel to the engine mounts. Let the engine stay running. Dinosaurs are not coming back. Now I lift off from the brake pedal. It starts crawling easily. At crawling speeds, there is absolutely no noise inside the cabin. As you can notice, there are a lot of vehicles around us, but I can hear them, but nothing from the mechanicals from my product. Of course, I can hear the AC fan blower because it is at level 3 setting right now, because it is a rather hot and sunny day in Goa. AC performance has been good, and I have no complaints in that department either. I have no sweat on me, even after driving this car for long hours. All the basics are right, typical of a Honda product. Man maximum, machine minimum, good space optimization, ergonomics are great, the seat is comfortable too, but it is just that the beige could be a bit tricky to maintain. I wish leatherette seat covers become standard kit, at least on top trims. I mean, you've given a touchscreen, you've given a nice looking speedometer cluster with a good digital display, you have level 2 ADAS and whatnot. I mean, leatherette seat covers, you can do that too, Honda. Please do it. So overall guys, the Honda Amaze is a neutral product. I mean, I wouldn't say that it is swinging to the really good side or really bad side. It is neutral. Looks are subjective, so do check out our design review breakdown of the exteriors of this vehicle, which we have uploaded separately. We have a separate video where we speak about the interior cabin of this car. This video obviously has been about the CVT gearbox, the way it handles, the way it performs, and how you hear that CVT on the inside. And we will also try to have another video about the manual transmission option of this Honda Amaze, if it stands true to Honda's really slick stick shifts. So we will try to find that out too. If you have any other questions about this Honda Amaze, do ask me in the comments below and I will try my best to help you out. Till next time, subscribe to the Shifting Gears channel, press that bell icon, always drive safe, and always guys, wear your seatbelts.